everyone, welcome back. In my last video I have explained about current divider rule and voltage divider rule. So for more information just refer link given in the description. So now let us see some the problems based on that current divider rule and the voltage divider rule. So first let us see the current divider rule problem. So this is the example problem. Here the 10 amps is the total current given to the parallel circuit. R1 and R2 are the resistances. R1 is 2 ohm and R2 is the 3 ohms. Now by using current divider rule we are going to find what is the value of current flowing through the resistance R1 and what is the current flowing through the resistance R2, that is IR2. So to find IR1 and IR2 now we are going to apply the current divider rule. So what is current divider rule? It is the current flowing in a particular resistance which is equal to what is the total current given to the parallel network into, so we want to find IR1. So what is the resistance opposite to this R1, that is the opposite resistance divided by total resistance in the given parallel circuit. So now apply this formula to the circuit. So now I am going to find the value of current IR1. So there is a current IR1 is the flowing through the resistance R1. So what is the total current I into, we need current IR1, that is current flowing through the resistance R1. Opposite to this resistance is what? R2. So total current into opposite to R1 is what? R2 divided by total resistance of the parallel network is R1 plus R2. Okay, and equal to what is the total current applied to this network? 10 amps. So just put 10 into what is the resistance opposite to R1? It is R2, 3 ohms. Put a 3 divided by the total resistance of this network is 2 ohms plus 3 ohms. So 2 plus 3. So now IR1 which is equal to 10 into 3 divided by 2 plus 3, it is 5. So finally simplify this value, we can get the current is 6 amps. So what is the IR1? The current flowing through this resistance is nothing but is the 6 amps. Now let us calculate the value of current flowing through the resistance R2, right? So in that particular R2 value, again we are going to apply the same current divider rule. So what is IR2? It is nothing but what is the total current of the network, that is 10 amps into the resistance opposite to R2 is nothing but R1, right, divided by the total resistance of the network is R1 plus R2. So now the total current of this network is 10 into the resistance opposite to R2 is what? 2 ohms. So put 2 divided by the total resistance of this network is 3 ohms. So 2 plus 3, it is the 5 ohms. So IR2 which is equal to 10 into 2 divided by 5. So finally the IR2 value is 4 amps, right? So by applying the current divider rule we can easily identify the current flowing through a particular resistance. And finally, so what is the applied input? It is the 10 amps. Suppose I am going to add the value of current flowing through the resistance R1 and R2, 6 plus 4, again it will give the total applied input, right, by Ohm, that is Kirchhoff's current law. So what is the input current given to the network, which is equal to what is the current flowing away from the junction point? So I is the 10 amps, and finally this is the 6 amps and this is the 4 amps. 6 plus 4, again it gives the 10 amps. So now let us see the voltage divider rule. So according to the voltage divider rule, we are going to calculate the branch voltage, that is what is the voltages in the particular resistance, right? So just we are taking the series network. So previous case for a current divider rule we are taking that parallel circuit. Now we are taking the series combination of resistances. So in that only we are getting the different voltages. So here the applied input voltage is nothing but 10 volt. R1, R2, R3, these are connected in series with the values of 2 ohms, 4 ohms and 3 ohms. Now by using this voltage divider rule we are going to calculate VR1, VR2 and VR3. So what is voltage divider rule? It is nothing but voltage across the particular resistance which is equal to what is the total voltage applied to the network into, so where we are going to find the value of voltage across the resistance R1. So we want to take the same resistance value. In the previous current divider rule we are taking the value of resistance opposite to R1, but here in the voltage divider rule the same resistance value that should be taken in that numerator, there is the same resistance divided by total resistance of this series combination of resistances. So now we are going to calculate the voltage across the resistance R1, that is the VR1. So VR1 is equal to what is the total input voltage? 10 volt into where we are going to get the VR1 across the resistance R1. So we want to take the same resistance 2 ohms in the numerator divided by the total resistance of this network is 2 ohms plus 4 ohms plus 3 ohms. So R1 plus R2 plus R3, that is the total voltage 10 into the same resistance R1 divided by the total resistance of the series combination of resistance will be 2 plus 4 plus 3. So after simplification, the value of resistance VR1 which is equal to 2.22 volt. And what is the value of VR2? The voltage drop across the resistance VR2, it is nothing but total voltage 10 into the same resistance 4 divided by 2 plus 4 plus 3. So here see, the total voltage is 10 volt into the R2 value is what? 4. In the circuit itself, the R2 value is 4. So that 4 divided by the total resistance of the network is 2 plus 4 plus 3, it is nothing but, again we are getting the 9 volt is the 3 resistances. So here see this. So the value of VR2 is nothing but VR2 which is equal to 10 into 4 by 9, it is the 4.44 volt. It is not amps, it is the voltage value, right? So this unit is what? V, volt. And next one, voltage drop across the resistances R3, that is VR3. So here VR3 is equal to total voltage into the same resistance 3 divided by the total resistances 2 plus 4 plus 3 is the 9. So VR3 which is equal to total voltage 10 into, so R3 value is 3 divided by 2 plus 4 plus 3. So that value is 9. So finally we can get VR3 is equal to 3.33 volt. So sorry, here it is the unit will be volt, right? So the VR1, VR2, VR3, that is the total applied input voltage is 10. If you are adding the VR1, VR2 and VR3, right, total, and according to the KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, the applied input voltage which is equal to the addition of all these voltage drop across the resistances R1, R2 and R3. So this is 2.2, this is the 4.44, is the 3.33. So VR1 plus VR2 plus VR3, finally we can get the value as approximately just 9.9 and we approximated it into 10 volt. So these are all the voltage divider and current divider rule for getting the branch current and also the voltage drop across the resistances for any complex networks. Okay, thank you for watching. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe our channel AAA Encyclopedia and share all basic concepts of this channel to your friends also.